future is now.
Hi there, great to see everybody. This week I want to talk about something that I'm having more and more conversations with our consulting clients, with our coaching clients, and also through the virtual keynote presentations that I'm sharing with clients that we've been working with. And that is, a lot of times we can get caught up in language. Language becomes a concept or something that we think we're doing, but when we drill down deeper, we realize that we're not A, understanding the concept, or B, it hasn't been properly clarified for us, or C, we haven't been held accountable to the behaviors of that concept. So specifically when we talk about shared leadership, and shared leadership has been my jam for over 20 plus years. When we do our future of work research and have been doing for a number of years, we have found that the future of work is definitely more collaborative, it's more egalitarian, is shared leadership across the board, not meaning that there's too many cooks in the kitchen, rather it meaning that more and more of us are elevating our skills individually, increasing our personal responsibility and accountability, and therefore being able to elevate our collaboration skills. So I would say, for example, that shared leadership often gets misunderstood. It's like, well, what does that mean and how does that show up in the workplace? And as a concept, a lot of organizations say, oh yes, we practice shared leadership. When in reality, when you drill down and you see how people are engaging with each other and interacting with each other, you begin to see that the concept of shared leadership is there, but the action and the behaviors and the integration of it as a behavioral standard for the entire company is missing. So when we talk about shared leadership, what I'd like you to also think of it as is elevated collaboration. And what that means is every single person as an individual is responsible and accountable for his or her behavior towards the overall collective impact in the business or with our clients or within teams. And that's a heightened responsibility. And really what we're shifting from is the mentality of, well, I'm going to show up and do my work, and my work is my work, and my home is my home. What we're seeing with the shift in attitudes and worker attitudes is because the lines are blurred now with virtual and remote work, and there's more of an expectation by workers to have a personal understanding of their leaders and their teams and their peers and better know each other. That has created a reality where we need to be looking at how we're impacting others through how we communicate. And when I talk about elevated collaboration, I'm not talking just about, well, I helped somebody out on another team. What I'm talking about is elevated collaboration is I wake up every day thinking about how can I learn and how can I share and how can I help other people be very successful in what they do. So I think it's really important for us to do a self-accountability test here. And I talk about this in the Me to We model, which is a thought model, a mindset model that helps us hold ourselves accountable to where we are in our perception of collaboration, but also in our behaviors and our actions. And for any of the leaders watching this video, it's an excellent coaching tool when you're having your weekly one-on-ones or your bi-weekly one-on-ones to just sit down and have a conversation around, where are your team members on that elevated accountability or elevated collaboration scale that I'm speaking of here. So in the future of work, and we're seeing this with virtual work, we're not sitting beside each other. We're not overhearing conversations. People are responsible for delivering their work and delivering it in a productive way and in a responsible way. And so now elevated collaboration is leveraging the technical tools. Are we leveraging MS Teams or Slack or whatever our teams are to not only stay informed and connect with other departments, but to also see how we can help? I have a client right now where she's highly efficient, she's very on point, and she's making it a point of when she's got those days where she feels like she's really got her groove on and things are getting done, that she makes a point to go in and help her teammates and elevate them with their workload, not to do their work for them. Quite clearly, everybody's responsible for what they're accountable for, but to add value and to contribute to the overall goals of the team. So this is a much deeper and larger conversation, but for this weekly video, I did want to share that shared leadership is also known as elevated collaboration. And just as a homework item, as I always do with my clients, is to ask you right now, if you were to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being high, how would you rate your elevated collaboration as far as helping others succeed, helping others look good, cross-departmental support and helping them look good, coming up with creative solutions and how things can be better, faster, more efficient, more productive, helping people when they're down and they're having a struggle and they need support, either an ear to listen to them or they need tools and resources in order to get through the hurdle. This is what I'm talking about, and this is what the future's calling for all of us to excel at. So in future videos, I'll talk more about examples of this in action, but I wanted to plant the seed of having you equate shared leadership with elevated collaboration. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.